All right, welcome back. Another episode of White Monster Podcast. We are not drinking energy drinks because it's like 9:30 at night and everyone's back from Vegas. We had to get one out. Shout out to fucking Case. Case is helping us. We're gonna try something new for the pod. Case is gonna be a little bit of a producer and hook us up. So shout out to him. But more importantly, we're back. Oh, and Declan's not here because Declan is a fucking dog, and he's flying straight from Vegas to go to where are the trials?
Warsaw.
He's going to Warsaw straight from fucking Vegas to Warsaw to do the trials, and then back here by Monday. So good luck to Deck. Watch him, watch the trials, support the boy. But
He's a favorite, I think, to win.
he's got to be, dude. He's been crushing it lately. He looks great. But enough of the big fuck. He did great in CJI too, but he's gonna be the one we're gonna talk about that. We got Chrissy Woj in the fucking building. He's back, dude. How you feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah,
Good. Made some money.
bro. That's Chrissy new tax bracket.
New tax
dude.
bracket.
New tax bracket's Chrissy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, it was fucking sick. It was so sick. Like, yeah, we flew out there, and
When did you get out? You got out Friday?
we got out there late, yeah, because I had to work and stuff. So me and Emily just hopped on a flight, went out there, and then Emily's like, "We're gonna see all your friends." I was like, "Emma, I was like, they're fucking zoned in for a couple $100,000. We're not gonna see much of them. Like, it's gonna be like, I'm lucky enough that I can run into the back and be like, good job, good job, good job, and then run away. But like, it was fucking. I mean, dude, just to see your friends like on the biggest stage and like perform and like, even if you guys didn't win, it's still fucking sick. Like, me and you have been buddies since like you first fucking moved here, and just like watching like everything is, you're the fucking man, dude. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I think the coolest jiu-jitsu competition experience I've had. I think maybe last ADCC is like right there just because that was like my first really big tournament, you know? But like this one was different because it had like the team drama, you know?
Yeah.
And then also too, I feel like this one was so much bigger, like way bigger deal than last year. I think the like ADCC CJI drama, the like people were more tuned into this, whereas like last year there was a lot of stuff going on. You know, I felt like this time it was like, oh shit, this time it was like everybody was watching. Everybody in jiu-jitsu, I feel like, knew about what was happening that weekend.
Yeah, for sure. I guess
Better and for worse.
for sure. What was it like?
I'm the lower period from standard.
Oh, sorry, I'm animated when I talk.
You're good. A little bit. Right. See how it looks. Your just spoke ace is missing on this one.
Oh, okay.
So it's no shit. That's that. We don't have to read anything. I'm just gonna cut that 30 seconds out. So go, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, because fucking ADCC was in with a rate. No, where is it? T-Mobile? That massive fucking arena.
That place was crazy.
It's probably weird being out there. Was it weird walking out and looking up, being like, "What the fuck?"
At T-Mobile or yeah,
T-Mobile.
it was huge, bro. I was like at Thomas and Mack. I was like, I've competed in a bigger arena.
Yeah.
And Thomas and Mack was big. It was like it's not a small college arena. It's like it has like 3 levels, I think. Like there was
Yeah.
like a pit level, and then there was the mid level, and then there was the upper deck. So it was like a lot of people in there.
Yeah, it was fucking packed. And yeah, I think like
Like I don't think they sold. They sold a lot. I don't think they sold out. But like even still, it's like a huge venue. There's a lot of people in the room.
especially for like fucking jiu-jitsu. I mean, what do you like? I don't know. People have unrealistic expectations
That was the theme.
for this
Theme of the week.
fucking sport, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, we're gonna keep it positive for right now before I go off. I'm gonna fucking keep it fucking chill. But I mean, yeah, dude, like the whole setup was sick. I thought the teams thing was cool as fuck. Just from like a sports fan growing up. You can cheer for your team. You understand, like, okay, he probably won. This guy probably won. So they need this. And then one guy subs, and, like, it's pretty fucking electric. And, like, I don't know. I thought it was fucking dope, dude. The production was sick. I mean, walking down, like, the ramp around the pit wall and then being in the pit is way cooler than just being on fucking mats.
Yeah, the pit is a cool, and also it was like not like it plays a factor, I think, but it's not like enough of a factor to where it really like when you grapple in a cage and the walls are high, you know, and you're like,
Yeah.
and it's a small kind of venue, it definitely plays a factor. Like wall wrestling is a skill, where like the pit, I felt like didn't impact the matches much, if at all.
it made it sick when Dorian backed up Felipe against it and then just jumped on it into like mount and then took him down.
Sick. Yeah.
Dude, that kid is a fucking demon.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you train with him a lot when he was training with us?
yeah, in the mornings, I would go to the mornings and like his dad and him would be like, his dad was like, he does leg locks, do rounds. So I would just get the fucking shit kicked out of me by a high school kid in the 8 a.m.
He never passed my guard, but he was really hard to entangle, really hard to do anything to. And also too, like if you like get him in a submission, you have to kill him to break him.
Yeah. And he's
have to,
strong as fuck.
Yeah, and he's really strong, really wiry. And also now it looks like he's kind of learning some jiu-jitsu. So it's like he's like I feel like when he was first coming into B team, he was just no technique, just scrapping.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of if he would get a front headlock, he'd just be squeezing the fuck out of it. Like not really. Now he's kind of learning some guard passing and, you know.
Yeah, his passing looked like a fucking nightmare, dude.
Give him a couple years, he's gonna be really good if he sticks. You know, just sticks with the program.
I know when he was with us, he kept saying his goal was to be like a UFC champion.
Does he want to fight MMA?
I think so. That's what he told me, but who knows? I mean, if you're making money, like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
The way everyone's reacting and how all the fans are reacting to all these events, there might not be any more money to be fucking made. So.
Yeah, we reached the end.
It's fucking, yeah, I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, maybe I'm like a dork, but when I was first watching jiu-jitsu, I like I used to sit on my couch on a Sunday of like IBJJF Panzer Worlds, and I would sit there for like 9 hours and watch the whole thing, you know, and I would like all the different guys with their different styles, and like some guys were more exciting than other guys, but everybody had like their kind of strategy, you know, and that was what made it interesting to me. And now I feel like a lot of people kind of just want to see flips.
They just want to see Cade versus Tackett.
Yeah. And that was a sick,
Which is sick.
but like not everybody is going to be able to do that.
It's the equivalent of being like, hey, remember 90s Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Where's that? And it's like, oh, you mean the best fucking thing ever? Like, that's what you want? Every match?
Or like what's the best like football game of all time?
I don't watch football. I'm Canadian.
What's like a famous, like I'm trying to think of like a famous sporting event, like one time.
Didn't Tom Brady come back from like a 20-point deficit in the fourth quarter?
Okay, so one time I remember there was a Super Bowl when the Giants upset the Patriots, and it was like the Patriots were 16-0, they were undefeated, and in the fourth quarter, Eli Manning throws his ball and like catches it on it. The guy catches it on his helmet. You know,
I remember that.
it's like crazy, like once in a lifetime kind of football game. And people I feel like are like, why is every game not like that? Why is every game not Rotolo versus Tackett or like? I mean, that's like the most exciting jiu-jitsu match ever. But like,
It was, but I don't fucking know.
we even watched the last Who's Number One was a little bit dry. You know, we watched it.
I honestly think it's like, I think the sport is evolving so much that everyone's getting so good that to give two of the best people in the world 8 minutes to sub each other is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fucking, like, I know every dickhead at home who bought one fucking DVD and got a stripe on his fucking blue belt last week.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? And it's like, man, when guys get really good and they're going against someone else who's really good, it's fucking hard. Hence why they're the best in the world.
Yeah, I think like also too like the other thing is like on the high level scene, it's like everybody knows everybody really well, you know, because you study everybody's, like I don't know, I watch before the final round, we were like, I was talking to Damien and Nikki, and they were like, you're probably gonna have either Mika or Wagner. And I'm like, okay. So in the time between our semifinal round and our final round, I watched 2 matches from Mika and 2 matches from Wagner.
You do that for matches?
Yeah, especially like the high levels with all these like Mika. I need to know how he passes. What does he do? I'm like, okay, so I know he's doing a lot of scoop grips. He's not gonna be doing high stepping. He's not gonna be looking to like body lock pass. He's more looking to like, he does scoop grips. He looks to like knee cut kind of. But I wasn't really worried about him passing me after watching that. And then Wagner, it's like more just like kind of bully fighting, you know, but like just being prepared for those opponents. And then I'm like, okay, Dorian I've trained with. Giancarlo I've watched a lot because he's the top guy at 88, and then Luke, if I get Luke, That was the one I was like, we better not get Luke,
So fucking
He's
big.
enormous and also really good.
So good.
Like kind of the point there is like everybody kind of knows everybody's tendencies. If you have half a brain and you're like studying a little bit, it's like you watch 5 or 6 matches from somebody, you can kind of figure out what they're gonna do. Especially like these guys who have been training for a long time. No one like fully reinvents themselves besides like Joe becoming a passer, after being a leg guard playing leg locker. So like it's really hard to do anything on a really good guy when they've been prepared for you and you've been prepared for them. This is going to definitely create like some stalemates, especially when the only incentive is to not get submitted or submit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's like I could have, like my Mika match, it's like I could have tried to like take him down and then just had him almost kill me for 10 minutes. And that would have maybe been more exciting. But that's not going to be like my best strategy. That's not going to help our team, win if I get submitted, because he's really dangerous in a few spots. Part of the strategy in that rule set is like nullifying the spots that somebody's going to be dangerous in.
Yeah, because if you get subbed, like the only spots I can see Mika subbing you is you wrestle up, he puts you in a front head, goes turtle, and he attacks you from turtle, even though your turtle defense is sick, or that also opens up armbar opportunities. Like if you come up on a wrestle up and he gets an overhook or underhook and he flies a fucking armbar from some crazy spot.
Yeah, some crazy shit like
that's the only time I was like, this is where like after I saw you regard a couple of times, I was like, oh. And let's get real, like Mika got tapped from Dante last year with an ankle lock.
Yeah.
So your best chance was playing supine, getting on a leg, getting into your spot.
Yeah. It was I feel like it was. I was surprised how much respect he gave me, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he's like, in my head, I'm like, this is like arguably one of the best grapplers in our generation. Like
look at his resume the last year.
The last year just killed everybody. In a rematch with Rotolo, he could win. He's beaten Dante. He's beaten all those guys. So it's like, I'm thinking this is the best. Like he's gonna just take it to me, and I don't think he did. I think you watch, he backed up a lot, in the match, like way more than I was expecting him to.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of just showed, like at that level, one sub between us versus New Wave, or the only round we had two subs versus Australasia, but like one of them was against a guy who was like super injured. It's like really like one sub is the difference. Like we had one sub against Pedigo, no subs against New Wave. If we had a sub or if they subbed us, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like super, just because at that level, everybody's super, like if you're at that level and you just don't want to get submitted for 8 minutes, you probably can. And obviously you want to submit the other guy, but like in terms of risk reward, you have to be very calculated with the risks that you take. I don't think quintet rules is the best rule set for like determining for like watchability, or just determining, like maybe the best way to do it would be like kind of some Aiga style where it's like, like a sub only with points or something like this, but like in an 8 minutes sub only, and all you have to do is not get subbed. Like if you can't survive 8 minutes, there's a significant skill discrepancy,
For sure. And like you have to like, again, people are like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you like, why aren't people going out for more subs more? It's like, if you've ever played a team sport, there's times where coaches look at you and be like, hey, you got to do this for the team. And it's not the sexiest job in the world. You got to go out there and you got to do this.
This was kind of like the position that I got put in. Like a lot of like the first round, we were kind of random with our strategy, but like second and third round, they were anticipating either Kennard or Declan in the semifinal. They were like, they're either going to send Kennard or Declan. And then in the final, they're like, they're either going to send Mika or Wagner. And they were like, if it's Mika, your goal is to get Mika off the board. It's, if you submit him, great. That means we probably win. But primarily your goal is to get that, finisher off the board.
Yeah. And you did it.
Yeah. But it's also like, that is not like the bet, like that. It's a team sport, which means that you have to compete different than you would if it was like an individual sport.
And that's a fucking blue collar fucking day. You got to go out there and you got to do stuff to get to 200 fucking grand. Like people don't know this, but oh my God, people, I don't know, man. Like I get more mad about it than you, I guess. But like, I'm like standing like off to the side and you come off, and in my head, I mean, again, like you're my fucking boy, so maybe it's like biased. Well, 100% it is biased. It's not maybe biased. It is fucking biased because I hang out with you. But like, when you come off the mat, and I was like, that was the hardest. Like, I mean, actually, I don't watch that much, but that was most of the fight I've seen someone put up against Mika lately. You know what I mean? Like, usually it's just fucking people. And you come off the mat, and I'm like, fucking good job, bro. Because, like, I understood what the fucking goal was.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see, because I see you all the time. I saw you think about wrestling up and coming down. I was like, okay, big brain Woj. Big brain Woj. But the first thing you said to me coming off, I saw your face. I was like, he's so mad. And the first thing you said to me, you're like, fuck, I wish I opened up more. And you just walked in the back. And I was like, I get it. You're a competitive guy. You want to go out there again and like you want to do that stuff, but like these people think that like you came in the back and you're like, I'm so happy.
Yeah. The goal is always
Never
to.
not to sub someone. You literally chase submissions every match.
Mm-hmm.
It's your whole fucking style.
But I think that under that rule set, you have to like under a normal rule, like it would be like I'm going through the same offensive sequences, but in the Mika match, I'm stopping them sooner. It's like normally it's like re-guard, K-guard, fall sweep, wrestle up. And then in the Mika match, it's like re-guard, K-guard, fall sweep, start over. Re-guard, K-guard, fall sweep, start over. Because if I'm constantly trying to like expose my neck, then I'm putting myself at a risk that's going to jeopardize our potential ability for a team result, you know?
Yeah.
And he did get on my neck once because there was one time in the match, like 2 minutes left, maybe 3 minutes left, where I just mistimed the step and I ended up like leaving my neck exposed and he jumped on a front headlock and I just spazzed the fuck out and got back to my guard. I was like, all right, we're not doing that again.
Bro, there was one fucking time where you were against the pit wall and I was like, oh no. Because re-going off the pit wall is hard as fuck.
Yeah, it was not as hard to like. I mean, it was easy to regard, but not easy to attack. Like I was like, I'm not gonna get past here, but I need to get away from here so I can do anything. You know,
like kind of pinned. It's
well, like my neck,
shitty.
like my neck was against the pit, or I was like my shoulders and neck were up on the pit, and my back was on the mat.
Yeah.
It was like just a really awkward position to do any sort of offense. Again, like I could have just and in a different rule set, I probably would have like, tried to wrestle up, tried to like jump on the upper body subs really hard, stuff like that. But like realistically in that match, my best scenario is either a submission or a draw, or a leg lock or a draw. Cause it's like, I'm probably not going to armbar him just knowing like how often I hit arm bars, probably not going to arm bar him, probably not going to Troy bar him, maybe going to use one of those things to get in on the legs, but like it, wasn't really getting the reactions. He did a good job playing defense.
Yeah.
And I think also too for him, like he's maybe going to sell out to pass the guard a little bit more in a rule set where that is incentivized,
Yeah.
Because for him, there's probably like he's getting a lot of shit too. Like, bro, Reddit is horrible right now. You go on Reddit,
Really?
every competitor is just getting shit on. Whether besides Kenta, Kenta, he was MVP of the weekend.
He was MVP of the weekend for sure.
But like pretty much everybody is like Mika. They're like, oh, Mika had the worst performance of his career. He underperformed. He did this. He did that. It's like he won every decision, and guys were probably just shelling up against him. I mean, maybe he didn't win against. No, I think he probably beat Barboza by decision.
Yeah.
I think he took his back or something at the end.
Yeah, he did. He did
Like
something.
got to Turtle or something.
Yeah.
And then Corby match was really close. Could have gone either way, but I think probably Mika would have won it in the end.
Yeah.
So it's like he won. He did a good job in all of his matches, but like people are just expecting him to just like run through a team, which I don't think. Like he's really good, but he's not like levels above everybody like Gordon was.
Yeah, and also like you said, like a lot of the people in the fucking team event when they had Mika, their coach was probably like, please just try to get him out. Like, don't expose yourself too much, because if we can just get him out before he gets hot, that's a win. And that's a tough conversation to have with someone. But like, no one's overexposing themselves in 8 minutes with Mika. And if anyone's hating on that, I want you to go to your local gym you train at. If you're a fucking black belt or a brown belt, ask a decent blue or purple belt to not be like, I don't want you to do anything. Just don't let me sub you this round. and see how hard of a time you have with someone who won't fight back or like won't do anything, but they're just focusing on defending. It's fucking tough, bro. Like,
One thing I do think would be like a fair criticism of CJI would be like I think the stalling calls, like they didn't call one.
no, they called that one on Lucas, but that was about it.
Yeah.
I think that was just to send a message early day two.
Yeah, they didn't. They called it on Kennard.
No, Hulk
Oh, Hulk against Mika.
against Mika
Yeah.
in close guard.
Yeah, but I think that like there were not like when I did PGF, it was like, I'm like generally pretty offensive from the bottom. There were so many stalling calls, like
Yeah.
warnings, shot clock. I think shot clock would be a good thing to add to the rule set to like force action. You know, because I feel like you run into these matches where like it's a like Declan versus Ethan or Declan versus Ryan Aiken are two that come to mind where like Declan's kind of just dominating position, you know, and the bottom player is not like you don't want to get out because if you get out, you're going to expose yourself for a submission. Or I mean, there were a few examples like this, but like, you know, a 10th Planet team was very good. Like the 10th Planet team, my prediction was they were going to lose by decision because they're all really hard to sub, like Allen and Aitken and
It's not the best back defense in the world because all they do is fucking ABI rounds.
yeah, they do like dead zones. They do so many of those. They're gonna, of course, be super hard to sub, but that, you know, that's why you would have the decision rule.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess like the last thing to be like negative, and I mean, I'm not negative. I don't know what people want. Like, I really fucking don't. When I've only been in this. I haven't been in the sport long. I've been in the sport like 5 or 6 years, and when I was coming up, the big thing was like, there's no way to get paid enough. There's no way to get paid enough. There's no way to get paid enough. And the big harp was that, well, IBJJF makes so much fucking money and they don't pay anybody. I was like, okay, cool. And it was like, well, why? It's like, it's not marketable. It's a 10-hour fucking tournament, blah, 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 and whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. Well, but ADCC is really cool. They pay people. And then they're like, okay, well, you only make this amount of money. It's like, oh shit. Like once every 2 years, that's not a lot of money. And then Craig is like, you know what? I'm going to solve that as well. Actually, no, Murray was the first one to solve it. He was like, I'm going to actually put production. I'm going to go to the Thomas and Mac. And shout out to Mo. He brought it to Thomas and Mac. That was the first ADCC I ever watched. It was like right when I started. And like, it looked sick. Like, it looked fucking dope. It was fun to watch. And then the next ADCC was fucking sick. It was fun to watch. It was fucking dope. And the Craig and Seth are like, you know what? I think we could get more money in it. And they get a guy and they get more money in it. And Craig does what he does. Like, I see a lot of the comments too are like, this guy's promoting shitty behavior to children. It's like, unfortunately, none of you fucking guys will watch unless there's this shitty behavior. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to get people paid. He's trying to get a thing done. And what does everyone do? They still fucking complain. They're like, oh, well, yeah, well, now there's money. But you know what? You guys were boring. And it's like, okay, hey, how about this hot take? I don't know, crazy hot take. Maybe our sport's just fucking boring unless you do it.
Yeah.
We'll like it. Would you watch it if you didn't know what was going on?
Probably not.
No. Like, maybe it's boring and maybe that's what it is. That's all I have. Like, maybe that's what it is. I liked your and Lucas's match. Why? Because I study you and Lucas. And I'm looking at the leg lock exchanges and I'm like, holy fuck, at any given second, if one of these guys get like a knee line or a solid grip, like that word lock you had looked fucking close. And then there's a point where Kennard started coming in and getting his
He almost
grips.
had a knee bar.
He almost had a knee bar and he transitioned to a crab.
Mm-hmm.
And then you backed away from it. But everyone's like, oh, and it's like, what do you want to do? Let him take his back? Like, what? Like, this is high level stuff. No one has like the perspective in the stands to think like, maybe I just don't know what's going on because some guy gave me a piece of cloth that deems me to know stuff. And it's like, maybe you just don't understand this. Like when I watch wrestling, I don't know what's going on because I suck dick at wrestling. I'm not going to say wrestling sucks or wrestling's lame. I don't know what's going on because I suck at it. I don't know. That's my rant. That's all I have to fucking say about that.
I think the two things that one thing that comes to mind is like the match with Lucas. Like, I feel bad, and there have been some funny like memes made from it.
Young Sheldon one was funny.
That was funny, but the thing is, and I'm sure Lucas felt this as well. Like, I think like we had one exchange, the Wojcik that I nearly got. that like that was exactly the exact same, like step for step, the same sequence that I almost finished, or that I did finish him with in 2022. So like, or maybe 23, 20, no, 21. Sorry. So it was like 4 years ago. But like we laughed after, like I laughed during the match, and we both laughed about it after, because we were like, we're on the same page that it was the same exact sequence. So it's like, that's one thing. It's like I've competed against Lucas before, and hit my signature move on him. So it's like, of course he knows that, like, if he fucks up at all, he's gonna get tapped. I've studied a lot of stuff from him, so of course I know that, like, if I leave my leg hanging for a second, or like leave my hips too high for a second, I'm gonna get my back taken, or I'm gonna get leg locked. So it's like, there is it's like when you have, it's like a immovable object and an unstoppable force. They're
Yeah.
just gonna, like, it's probably not that interesting when they collide. And I think that was kind of what happened in that match. And the second thing that I think about is like the money in jiu-jitsu, like the fact that we were able to even just have the chance to compete for that much money is crazy. Because like that, having that money, like there are, like, most of the tournaments that I get asked to do are like before a year ago, less than $1,000 to do.
Dude, 18 months ago, me and you drove to Houston to do a combat sports coverage together.
We did combat. Was it 18 months ago?
It was only a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's
Because I've only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
You came here like a month after me.
Yeah, so like we were going, and we were competing for $700, and we didn't win.
We were negative on that trip.
We were negative.
We all did. We all lost. Well, you won, but your team lost.
But like, it's like, so now, and then the other thing I see is like a lot of people are saying like, oh, like it's not a sustainable business model to have some billionaire. Yes, like this is how all sports start, is like rich people playing.
Who do you think owns the Cowboys?
Yeah, or any major sports here, like even like Formula One. It's like these are like huge car companies. They're just playing, trying to make cool race cars.
Even to be a Formula One driver, you have to be.
All the Formula One drivers are rich kids. Like all these like major professional sports, the people who are running the shit are loaded billionaires who are probably never athletes.
Yeah.
And that the money that's coming in from the sport, yes, there's merchandise, yes, there's fan money, but it's like that is not like how it starts. You don't just start with merchandise and selling tickets, and that's not going to give you the prize money to pay all of the athletes in the sport. It's like you need some backing in the early days. And like I think people are like they're like, we've been doing this for 2 years, why is it not profitable? It's like, bro, the MLB was started in the 1800s.
That's true.
The NFL, same thing. Like those sports and people like didn't make good money doing those sports professionally. Like, I was just reading this book about like baseball in the 1920s. Like Babe Ruth didn't make $1 million in a season. He made like, I think like $100K a year, and that was like the highest paid baseball player in the world. And like now baseball players are making all this money, but like that's over 100 years, and the league was around for 50 years before that. It takes a minute for the sport to become profitable, but I think that now, like, it's frustrating because the backlash is so strong that the people who are trying to like put money into the sport are going to be like, okay, nobody cares. Where like the athletes, like me, all the guys on our team, the guys who all competed in the event, like the vibe amongst the other athletes, it was super positive. Like the only negative interactions that I've had have been from fans.
That's so sad.
But it is what it is.
Because like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, you started peaking as we stopped before we heard too much of the audio. Can I switch out the cord real quick? Yeah. I don't know what happened. We kind of feel like touch something. This is not, it's awesome. Maybe it's sad. It's nothing that, but I'm going to find this audio. It's okay, but like, it's just a random peaking. Trent.
What time is it, sweetheart?
How long have we been recording?
Just 30 minutes right now. Okay. Actually, just hold it like another inch over your face and top upward. This door for your face. Because his says it didn't change. Yours about 5 minutes ago started doing it.
Hello. Hi, I'm talking into a microphone.
It's just so peaking. I don't know what's wrong. I wasn't doing it at the beginning. Did I fuck it up? It should be okay. But I just want to make sure it's right. So let me switch.
Hello.
Just he's talking hard, right? But just that the rapper. So low first. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna put yours on a stand too, because it could just be that holding it is causing interference.
You're funny. The edit.
Figure out. This is not the greatest, is it?
It's gonna be.
Hello.
Again.
Hello. I'm talking into a microphone and it's peaking.
That was okay. Let me just switch to the light. There. You don't stop that, but smiles. Not big deal. And namely, your mom's on and she's like peeking.
That's when I get passionate about people being mean.
What'd you say?
About people being mean. Hello, I'm talking into a microphone. My voice goes up and down a lot, dude.
It's kind of crazy because the level on this is.
I have a very monotone voice.
I'm very fucking loud.
People usually fall asleep.
It's gotta be the. I'm gonna put it on this. It's gotta be that this is on the stand.
Hello.
Sorry about this, guy. Sorry. But I always thought always me. It's a very easy thing to fix in those, so we don't have to do for the whole point. Like that. You're like a minute, let me switch you down to this one, just because it's easier to put on that stand. Yeah.
Maybe I have to sell my requests in Hong Kong.
Should do that. That's sick.
How are you gonna sit? No, Jesse. But Hong Kong. Yeah.
Just talk like this. I just have to talk to Chris. Is this good? Hello, hello. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
That is. Okay, one last.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Maybe your voice is crazy. Wait, can you just talk into his mic? This will solve the problem.
I'm talking into Chris Wojcik's mic. Hello, hello, hello. We're talking into a microphone right now. I'm talking into a microphone right now.
Okay, yeah. It might be this port. It's getting a problem. I'm not sure. That's what she.
We're good?
Yeah, angry day. Sorry about that. What the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about how fans are haters.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird. Like, I mean, look at all positives. The fact that like it was a great experience for you. You got paid, and like I thought you had a good showing. I don't know. Yeah, again, you can't expect.
What wasn't the best that I've ever done, but I've done worse.
I mean, you went against like.
I've done worse recently.
I mean, people. We don't speak about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that one. Like this is like the stuff that this is part of the game. You know, it's like different. I honestly feel like quintet rules have never brought out the best version of me.
Yeah.
But I also feel like you can't like what happens to me whenever I do quintet rules is I try to do leg locks and people don't let me leg lock them because that's the only job they have. Like if you incentivize, if you're the rule set, instead of trying to win, the other person is often trying not to lose, you know? And so, and also too, just the level was so high at CJI. It was like, you know, like Couch is a trials winner. Kennard is a trials winner. Mika is a ADCC winner. Yeah. So it's like, you know, yes, I feel like I according to some people, I maybe underperformed, but I don't think that I underperformed by my own gauge of the opposition that I went against.
I think that's all that matters. Like, I think, like, honestly, like, we get caught in this, like, I'm kind of just, like, realizing it now where, like, I kind of feel bad about bitching at the beginning, but, like, part of doing what you're doing and, like, wanting to do this, like, you're gonna get put in the public eye, and people are gonna have opinions, and we have to, like, figure out ways of just, like, fuck it, like, look, I know you. I know what happened in camp. I know how hard you work, and I know you're the fucking man. You're a great guy in and out of the gym. And, like, if you can look in the mirror and be like, I tried my best, it is what it is.
Well, I think this is why I don't really like. I won't reply to anybody who says I was like boring or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's like they're saying what they believe to be true based on like watching 8 minutes of a match and having an opinion of like my jiu-jitsu or the other guy's jiu-jitsu or whatever. So it's like they're saying just what they like, to try to convince somebody that you were, it's like not worth the energy, you know. It's like all you can really focus on is the future, you know, trying to do a better performance next time, trying to if I submit Mika next time, that would be sick, you know. But
For sure.
you know, that is like that has to be the focus, because if you start to focus more on like just trying to please everybody, like, bro, in the match with Kennard, my biggest regret is that I stood up and tried to wrestle, that we both stood up and tried to wrestle, because we betrayed ourselves.
Let them get to you.
You know, and that is, we betrayed ourselves and didn't come closer to the goal. And it's like, you know, people might say like, oh, you know, if you want the 50 grand, you got to do this. It's like the best way for us to get the 50 grand would have been to leg lock each other.
Just doing what we're doing.
Yeah. And it's like, it ain't pretty, but no one said like, you aren't, it's not CJI 1. You're not paid to be exciting. You're paid to do the job that you need to do for your team.
Yeah.
Or to try to submit somebody with the best possible, like with what your best skill is.
Yeah, and let's get real. Like, it's a fucking work in progress. It was the second time the tournament was put on. Try it, like Seth and Craig tried a team event.
Yeah, and I think it was like
Still sick.
it was pretty sick. You know, I think
Also, they're all saying it sucks. Still top 3 event ever put on. So it sucks. But
yeah,
it's still a top 3 event.
it's like better than. I mean, but there's always like, you know, same with like EBI. People loved EBI when it first came out.
Yeah.
Then people started complaining that EBI overtime sucks. Then people loved ADCC. Like ADCC, when it was in Thomas and Mac, people said it was like the best jiu-jitsu event ever. And then the next ADCC, people were like, oh, the rule set's dumb. I have to do some fake. And I kind of agree. It's like ADCC is not a real. It's like you just have to get really good at turtle, and then you can pretend to be a wrestler, is basically what's happening. You know, so then like guys like I remember Levi made, like when Levi switched to CJI, he's like, all right, guys, I'm not going to do the stupid pretend turtle wrestling. I'm going to just do CJI. Like, it makes sense, you know, like there are elements of every rule set that are kind of retarded. Like, that's the problem with jiu-jitsu, is there's not a perfect rule set. Maybe like a true submission, like CJI's original rule set is pretty good, because like if you don't do anything, you just lose.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that you can, like, if you pass the guard, if you get close to submitting, but then also too, it's like, then if there's like a back and forth match, who wins this? You know, it's hard to truly, like, there's not a good best rule set for jiu-jitsu. There's a best rule set for individual guys. Like, guys who wrestled love ADCC because they have an advantage. Whereas like guys who are guard players don't really like ADCC. So it's like, if we're going to say ADCC is the best, then it's like, okay, we're basically saying that jiu-jitsu is like, unless you started wrestling when you were 5, you can not be great at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb in my opinion. Like, part of jiu-jitsu is the guard, part of jiu-jitsu is passing, part of jiu-jitsu is leg locks, part of jiu-jitsu is wrestling. Like, all of these skills are important.
Even me and you were biased because we didn't start wrestling at 5. So me and you were like, we like this rule set better. We're like, wrestlers are like, I like ADCC better. Like, I like this. Like, everyone's going to be like biased to like what rule set you like the most.
Or the EBI guys, like,
They love it. Like,
They
Ryan loves EBI because
yeah,
he
he
can't tap him.
he's literally like, he thinks he can beat anybody in EBI, and he might be right. Like,
If I'm getting paid from EBI, I'm going to love it.
yeah. Yeah, my favorite rule set right now, CJI Quintet, because there were some convenient parts of that rule set for us, you know.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was saying today, I like wish, but it sounds shitty to wish this among your friends. I don't actually wish this. Like, I know you and Myra are very smart people. You guys are going to do good things with the money. But there was a small part of me when I heard the back door open and you're the only person who doesn't slam it. and I heard it softly close. I was like, I hope I look up and I just see Gucci head to toe, the most ridiculous glasses, Cuban link. Like,
There we go.
I just hope for some reason Chris is like super cultured, but then he's just trash when he gets money. You like I said today, like you look like Rocky too when fucking Rocky gets paid for the Apollo match. You got that leather
We actually watched
jacket with Tiger on it.
We watched the Rocky movies the week before CJI. I think that
We did too.
that contributed to the victory for sure.
Yeah, dude. It was fucking, I mean, look, the whole event was sick. It was awesome to see everyone too. Like I got to meet Lucas Kennard, super nice guy. He's the boy. We got to meet a bunch of like those Australians and like people from like Sydney Wrestling. I think I kept saying Sydney West, and they're like, bro, it's a different gym there. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But Sydney Wrestling guys are really cool. We got to see Skinner, and it's always fun to train with Skinner. I love that guy. He's the fucking man. But it was just cool to be like in a city where it was like, oh, it's all the boys.
Well, like I think CJI is the only jiu-jitsu tournament that's managed to get everybody to do it. You know, like there's always ADCC. It's like you always are like I think the best grappler who wasn't there was maybe Roberto, or Pedro Mourinho. Those are like two of the, and then like Isaac are like the three top guys who I can think of who weren't in the CJI. Like pretty much all the best guys in the world, bar like a few, or like, you know, some teams maybe had too many guys, like, you know, New Wave obviously has a bunch of great 77s, but they went with Mika, understandably. But like for the most part, like all of the best grapplers in the world were there.
Yeah, or have been. If you take like
or have been
years,
or want to be, everybody wants to be there. You know, which is like, this is the bummer, is like the athletes I think are super grateful for CJI and like to be a part of it. I haven't seen like any posts from any athletes bitching.
No.
Every athlete that I've talked to, like they took good care of us. You know, the event was ran well, very professional, very organized. Obviously the money is great, but like, you know, I didn't go to CJI assuming I was going to win 200 grand. I was like more like, oh, this is going to be a sick competition experience. And if we do well, that's cool. But like the fact that the money is great, but like the overall event was excellent.
Is there one stupid thing you're going to buy?
Yes. But I don't know what it is yet.
Do you have a list? Like, do you have things you're thinking about?
I
I pick you as like, I'm going to buy a first edition of this book.
No, that's okay. You could just buy the books on Amazon. They're cheap.
Okay, fucking swing and a miss. I don't know what you would fucking
Oh
buy.
no,
You know, Skinner would buy fancy coffee shit. He was telling me about $400 coffee grinders, and I was like, what?
So after ADCC, we bought an espresso machine. So we have one of those.
Like, what does Chris Wojcik do with stupid money?
I don't know. I
Start
feel
buying
like
a Formula One car,
those are like $1 million. I should have won the regular CJI.
bro.
After I win CJI next year, if it comes back, I will build a Formula One car.
Fuck. Yeah, that was funny. I don't know if we've talked about that on the podcast yet. We went, me and Chris were hanging out one day. We did a pod, and the girls were shopping, and they were shopping for your guys' engagement photos,
Yes.
right? So, like, Chris was like, hey, we got to go meet him at the mall or whatever. So we went and meet him at the mall, and we all separate, and Chris comes back with a T-shirt of a Formula One. I don't even know what it is.
It's just Formula One.
It's just a Formula One shirt. I'm like, that's what you're wearing? He's like, nah, but I'm not buying any of those shirts. We just came back with a fucking T-shirt. And then he goes on to tell me that his next sporting expedition is to become a Formula One driver, which I've seen you drive, dude.
But like this,
I love you to death. I love you to death.
I talked to Nicky Rod about this, and
You're
he agrees.
brutal at driving, dude. You're so bad at
Nicky Rod agrees with me though that we're bored at the steering wheel.
The guy's writing poetry right now. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Bored at the steering wheel.
Bored. Like I need more stimulation.
How often does Myra take the keys from you?
She does not, but she wants to sometimes.
Myra, how good is your future husband at driving? She said terrible driver. And that's the woman that loves him most in the world. I guarantee if I asked your mom, she'd even agree, dude. Which shout out to the Wojciks, adorable family. So nice.
They showed out this weekend.
I know Emily was telling me, she was like, man, Myra was like, these are the people who are going to come visit us, visit you guys in Chicago during Christmas. She's like, oh my God, we'd love to have you. I was like, what a sweet, sweet lady.
My mom is the kind of mom who's like, if I'm like, hey mom, is it okay if Austin and Emily come for the holidays? They'll be like, how much food do I have to make? You know, that's how it would go. They're not really very down to earth, very relaxed.
Yeah. And then even like on like a more like heartfelt fucking note, seeing you and Myra in the pit after and how
Mhm.
happy you guys were, because like I know like, bro, you guys like moved here for this and like you did all that, and like I know like the struggles you had at the beginning, and like I mean you've talked about it on Instagram, like you're just using credit cards to be here.
Bro, literally, I was 10 grand in debt before.
You were just a
CC.
yeah, dude. You're like I said, like 18 months ago, bro. We did combat sports coverage. You were just in debt, and me and you were talking about like money issues. Myra was coming to live here. Myra's job, she doesn't get fucking paid enough for what she has to deal with. She's a fucking saint.
Mhm.
Anyone who works social work for a police department, like how these people aren't making money, like oh, it's absolutely insane. So to get to like see you guys like and how happy you guys were, I was like, man, fuck yeah. I even took a picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Emily was like, you don't take pictures with me, you take a picture of them. Like I had to. It was a shit picture, but I was like sitting there and I was like, God damn. So
No, that was a great picture.
it's like it's hitting me in the feel goods.
Yeah, that was a special moment. That was cool. That was like one of those moments that you never really like when you choose to do this as a sport, like in starting in the like the fact that now like even just like talking to like some of the kids back at the gym, like the young kids who are training with us, like having them be like now they're gonna go into jiu-jitsu and they are gonna start thinking that that stuff is possible, you know, because like we got to do it.
I already heard. I'm not gonna say his name. I already heard one of like the 15, 16-year-old kids today be like, "Nah, I left that sponsor because they're not paying me." And I was so close to being like, "Bro, you're 50."
Bro, I did not have a sponsor who paid me. I still don't have. I don't have a. I'm unsponsored. If anybody wants to sponsor me,
That's fucking crazy.
I have like a supplement sponsor, but that's not exclusive.
You come in wearing the most random gear.
I just get sent things. My whole word. Myra's like, you have to stop giving people our address because I just get sent so much gear.
Dude.
But then like it's like it hasn't led to anything, so it's like I don't really want to like chase a sponsorship. I want to be with a company that wants to like work with me.
Yeah.
So. But it's all good. I had my first sponsor was a brown belt sponsor, and they paid for one tournament a month, and like at the time that was like huge,
Yeah.
And then the next year it was like I was only really competing in like I was in the stage where like I wasn't paying to compete, but I was not being paid. I was like in those like winner take all cash brackets
Yeah.
that were really popular for a while, like doing EBI rules all the time, and then. But I wasn't really winning. Like the guys who were winning would be like PJ or, like Tackett was up and coming at the time, and so and I was like kind of just below those guys. So I would do well, but and I would get some highlights, but I wouldn't win. And then, so just like having the sponsor pay me anything like cash that I could use to buy food or whatever was sick. And then, ADCCA had some good sponsors, but like sponsorships are hard. But like having sponsors that pay you real money is like crazy. The fact that that's in the sport now.
Yeah, dude, because it's literally exactly what it is. It's a sponsorship. They're taking a loss. Like you'll never be able to make. There's 3 people that might make you what they give you.
Yeah.
Off you.
Yeah.
The rest of it is like charity. It's like, oh yeah, we like you. I have money. Sure, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah. Most of the guys, like I think athletes have this like distorted idea of the value that they bring as athletes.
Yeah.
It's like you don't like just what do? You make a reel and say this is my sponsor, or you post a picture of you wearing a rash guard, and it's like that is free advertising, sure, but like the like how many followers or whatever, but like how many views, how many people are seeing that? How often are you doing that? Like it's like
How many people are using your discount code?
yeah. It's and for most people it's very little.
Right.
It's a like you said, most sponsorships are charity.
Yeah, I remember like I had my meeting with shout out to Adapt. They make dope shit. They give me gear. I had a meeting with that guy, and I have a job, and I make okay money. And having the power back from being like not being able to work and like trying to get sponsors because I was fucking here without a fucking passport and I couldn't work. And then I had a job and I had money. Having that meeting was so much weight off my shoulders because it was like I didn't have to ask for anything. So we had a meeting. He's like, "All right, what are you expecting?" I was like, "Send me free gear. I'm good." And he's like, "What about payment?" I was like, "I have a job. I know you're never going to make any of this money back. I know how many followers I have. I know what I've won. I know my worth. I get you guys are an up and coming company as well. I want to work with you strictly because I heard you're cool And it turns out he's a really nice guy and really sick. And I really like your gear. So
Yeah.
you guys want to give me free gear? And he's like, do you want us to pay for some tournaments? I was like, sure, if you want to. And he was like, this was the easiest meeting I've ever had. I was like, yeah, sponsor. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I was like, I get it.
Well, I felt like this year I've had this year's been like the first, like even before CJI, I was having like the best financial year in jiu-jitsu I've ever had, just like
Been
with
a busy fucking guy.
instructionals and seminars and like, the other competition. The competition I never really factor into my income, which is nice now, but like I was having a good year with it was nice. Like for a while I was like, oh, I want to get a sponsor. Now I'm like, do I want to have somebody telling me what to like post or say on my social media for when I can like make I can make more money than I would with a sponsorship by like providing educational value, like Wojcik the world and like my guard passing, guard retention, instructional, I've all made way more money than most sponsors are going to give you. So it's like, well, of course I would rather just like do something like that that's going to provide value to the community and not make me like a snake oil salesman. Like, oh yeah, this is the best rash guard. Like, I don't know what the best fucking rash guard is, or it's like, I'd like to either have like an authentic relationship with a brand or like just do my own thing,
Yeah. And I mean, if it's not fucking broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your camp? Or do you want to leave that up?
Yeah, we can talk about the camp.
We talk about your arm?
Oh, bro, my arm is fucked. I mean, it's a little bit better right now thanks to cortisone, but like the whole training camp, I was fucked up.
You were out for what, 2 weeks?
I was
6 weeks out?
I dealt with the injury for 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So
You had to take legit time off. In total, was it 2 weeks out of last month?
I would say I took like maybe 2 weeks off, but like I was limited for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then like after I got the cortisone shot, I had 1 week where I fully sent it, and then we competed.
Yeah, I remember coming in and like, I remember you coming up to me being like, hey man, they're going to make us do like specific rounds today. Me and you are rolling. And I was like, okay. And you were like, my arm's fucked. We're going to do these things. And I was like, sounds good. So I was just like training with you for a couple days where it was strictly like double guard pull. Let's do this.
It was the canard. We did the canard.
We literally did the canard thing, but like it was like kind of like low intensity, and it was just like us moving, and you were like, hey, this was good. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And then
Yeah.
you'd have to get back up to a spot where you would like try to roll with like Nick Rod in them, and all of a sudden it'd be like, oh, it's fucked. Because anytime I remember the one round I tried crab rodding you, and you had to base, and I heard you go, and I was like, oh no. And you're like, no, it's fine. I was like,
It's yeah, they die. I have like, I think they said like arthritis in the elbow, which is crazy because I'm 28, but like it's overuse. So like I have to not use it now for a while and like get it better. But it was just like when it started, because I started feeling it in April. Like I would have like a Darce choke and I would have to let go of it, or I'd have like a front headlock or like a back squeeze, and I'd be like, oh, my arm kind of hurts a little bit. And then one day it just like went. It was like after that. So it's funny because I got arm barred in the Isaac match, and that was the other arm, and that arm is fine. But this arm, like it was like when I came home from Kazakhstan, it was like I trained hard for a week, and then it just like one day it just went, and it was like I've had enough, and it's been like on and off since then.
yeah, dude. Our PT, we have the same PT, Sean. He was on the last episode. Check it out. Didn't get that. Like, it should get more views. The guy's really fucking smart. He's the man. He came in when you guys were in Vegas and we were about to fly out. Me and him were lifting. He was like, how's Woj? And I was like, I'm just doing all right. And I was like, how bad's his arm? Like, be honest. And he was like, it's fucked. He's like, I don't know how he's training. He's like, he comes in, he has like no range of motion, and we barely get some back. And finally, I was like, there's nothing we can do right now. You need cortisone.
Yeah.
He's like, so I gave him like a short way out. He's like, but it's all about how he times the cortisone. He's like, so I don't know how he's going to get through. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we timed it good. We did everything we could, but now it's like I need to.
Chill out.
Cause what kind of sucked was like because of the arm injury, I felt like I couldn't train the way that I needed to train to be a little bit more dynamic. I had to kind of rely on just like old school A game.
You couldn't wrestle up.
Yeah, I mean, like in the tournament, I could have wrestled. Like in the Mika match, if I was
In the camp.
in the camp, I couldn't wrestle up at all. Like, and we spent like the months prior building up those skills. So like to not be able to use that for 8 weeks was kind of shit. Like I was mostly just being like I was being kind of boring in the room. I was being like a bolo crab ride leg lock guy
That's
in the
fucking
training
sick,
room,
dude.
which was fun, but like it's not you know, I wasn't well rounded in preparation, which is not fun.
Bro, I was laughing to Emily like right when like Kennard was out there trying to like crab you. I looked at her. I was like, he had me in camp. She was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, no, this guy's so sick.
I've done this a million times with Austin.
No, fuck. Nah, like the whole camp was a shit show. Fucking Nick Rod had cellulitis and then flew out with it, and apparently showed up here Airbnb shaking.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
That was Wednesday.
I was like, oh, we're cooked. We're done.
That was 72 hours before the event.
Yeah, Wednesday night. No, Tuesday night.
And then you guys took him to the hospital.
So he landed Tuesday afternoon and drove to the hospital.
And then the next day he was scrapping.
The next, which he probably definitely shouldn't have been doing that, but
Whatever. I heard he had to clean out his knee in between matches.
yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Ethan fucked up, or
Ethan had to cut like 16 pounds, and then go against Declan, which is crazy.
tough go. The whole team, and then the fucking
Joe was like a tragedy, bro. It was like crazy that like it was like he hurt his hip. His hip started getting better. Then he got strep throat. Then the strep throat got better. Then he hurt his hip in the warm-up room.
Yeah, he wasn't at B team for like a week, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And he was like, "Man, I'm on antibiotics. I can't leave my room. If I move, I start sweating and having a fever again." I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" I was like, "The boys,
Yeah.
they're in shambles."
Victor's back was kind of hurting.
He hurt his neck. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
But you guys got it done, and you guys are the fucking champs.
Yeah. Hopefully not the last CJI champs,
Yeah, everyone needs to start acting accordingly, or else we're not gonna have any more fucking tournaments.
Yeah. It's going to just be ADCC Opens and trials again. Bro, I can't win 200K and then go back to doing the Opens for $0. I can't do it.
Fuck, a little taste of the money. How long are we in there, Case? Oh, that's pretty good. I feel like we didn't even cover everything we should have covered. We talked a lot about the fans. We talked about this.
Got through most of it.
Yeah, I thought all your. Oh, man. I'm stoked on you. I mean, I would have been stoked on you either way, but you're the fucking man. I think the most important part is that you're just a fucking good dude outside of jiu-jitsu, so it's easy to fucking root for you.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you having me on. This is my favorite podcast to do.
I mean, you're basically a co-host. If you're on all the fucking, if you didn't travel as much, you'd probably be on every week.
There we go. That's
But-
okay.
But it's pretty funny. This is random. I went on my friends. Everyone sends their BJJ Fanatics logins to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's this one guy. Shout out to Andy Phillips. I haven't talked to you in a while, but you're a fucking beauty. He was back from where I trained at Kodokan in Calgary, and he gave me his login like 2 years ago. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I went on it today for the first time in a minute because I remember he had a DVD I wanted to watch. It was like something about wrestling up or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I log in, and the first one that was most recently watched is Woj Lock the World, Chris Wojcik, and I was like, yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to
Hell yeah.
Calgary, bro.
It's a dangerous man.
That's a dangerous man with a dangerous move. Some would say the most exciting jiu-jitsu is the.
But those others would not.
But also, if you have enough time to write forums on Reddit, I mean, get a girlfriend or get a fucking job, dude.
Hell yeah.
No, we'll wrap that up here. We'll probably missed a bunch. I'm sorry if we missed a bunch. We're both pretty fucking.
We'll be back.
It's like 10:30 at night. Chris will be back on. But yeah, Declan always asks this question. This is actually a good question for right now. What's next?
I don't know. I got to get my arm better. Goals to get my arm better. Got a lot of seminars this fall. I'm going to Louisville. What day is it? Today's Thursday. So I'll be back from Louisville by the time this airs, but I leave tomorrow. And then we go to San Diego for wedding stuff, not work. And then
The Wojcik wedding. We just booked our flights for that.
yes, sir. And then I go to Kansas City, then I go to Virginia, then I go to South Carolina, and then we go to the Philippines. And then I go to like Pacific Northwest in November.
Nice.
It's like a lot of seminars. I think I'd like to compete once more before the year ends, but we'll see.
WNO, UFC Fight Pass. Get out the boy. If anyone fucking listens to us. But yeah, thanks a lot, man.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Casey. You're the fucking
you.
boss, dude.